Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about a question that I see come up whenever we talk about Peerspace in the communities that I'm part of, is insurance. And I know that not every insurance is the same, but how are Peerspace explaining this to a host when it comes to insurance and how it would or would not affect them?
Sure. So we built very early on, I want to say we debuted this in 2016, a custom built from the ground up insurance policy that we partnered with a very reputable global carrier on that was focused on Peerspace bookings and how liability should work in the event of some sort of loss by a third party brought against a host. That was the first thing that we wanted to cover because while they're extremely rare, there is the risk of catastrophic loss that we want to make sure hosts feel peace of mind around when they use their space for any type of activity, let alone for Peerspace. So we built it for Peerspace hosts, and we've extended the same program to our spaces in Canada and in the UK. And so in the UK, for example, the coverage is up to £1 million, Canada, 1 million Canadian dollars, and so forth. And it's meant to cover your Peerspace activities. And what it is it's a general liability policy. It's supplemental to your primary coverage. So if you have a short-term rental, you should have this primary insurance, whether that's your homeowner's policy or short-term rental policy that you already have in place. This will come in and say, if there's exclusions around your primary policy for whatever reason, or if the primary line of coverage gets exhausted due to some kind of claim, Peerspace is here, we got you for this. And so it was really important to build that comprehensive coverage that will make hosts feel the confidence in these kinds of transactions.
Okay, so we've talked about like the benefits and obviously the insurance was something that I've been asked a couple of times, and now that the company is growing, which is fantastic to see. Again, I'm a big fan. As soon as I heard about it on a Clubhouse room, I reached out and I said I wanted to help in any way, shape or form to spread it to the host, because I think that this is a really cool way of bringing in extra income. Now that we're moving out of USA, now we're moving out of Canada and we're coming over to the UK and Europe. Let's talk about that, because the majority of the hosts that tune into the podcast are in the UK and Europe. So how can somebody go about looking into Peerspace? The first question is, how much commission do you take per booking? I think that's going to be the first one that the people are going to be asking. How does the commission model work? So it's free to list on Peerspace, and anybody right now can go to Peerspace by going to Boostly, boostly.co.uk/peer, PEER. And I'll make sure that link gets in all the posts later on. But you go there and you set up a free listing. How does the commission work on that?
Yeah. So as you mentioned, it is 100% free to list. It is our job as a platform to get you inquiries, to get you booking requests. And of course, it's your job to convert them into bookings. When that happens, Peerspace takes a 15% service fee off the subtotal value of your rental. So let's say you've listed for £100 an hour. Peerspace will pay you out £85 an hour, and then the £15 per hour will be what Peerspace takes. There's also a small processing fee that we charge to support bookings and run credit cards on the guest side. So that's not necessarily a fee that the host has to think about, but yeah, that's the way it works. And we do a lot of things for our hosts to drive the demand and the inquiries. We have a lot of secret tactics that we spend a lot of time and effort on, whether we're building them on our engineering side or we're just investing a lot of dollars into advertising and brand building. And so that's how we earn that commission. It's not the type of platform where we set you live and we do nothing to drive the demand of your space. Every day we're thinking about how we're going to capitalize essentially on the effort spent on having you sign up and having you list your photos. We're in this together in that sense.
And what I love about Peerspace, and obviously with the UK team, and I've been chatting to Emily and whatnot, that it's very much in the infancy. So when you do register your business, and if you're one of the early adopters, you're going to get looked after. You're going to get a bit of helping hand in how to submit your listing, how to create your listing, and how to get it live. Because obviously right now with Peerspace, every listing that goes live, you want it to be top notch, because it's, you know, it's the first out in the UK. Just imagine when Airbnb first went live and they wanted to help you. They used to send around professional photographers. They used to help you with the listing. This is because it's in the infancy. You're getting that first sort of treatment. So early adopters will benefit.
Having a blast. Gonna get it on the Bruce Lee podcast. Bruce Lee like Bruce Lee, cause it's so hard and the T is loose leaf. Making up those rhymes. Don't write it, just do it loosely.